Jesus calls Matthew, a tax collector, to follow him. And he went on to share a table with Matthew and the other tax collectors. Matthew and people like him would have been regarded by religious people of the time as a sinner, someone who did not keep God's law. Matthew was educated, wealthy, smart, but sinful. He had everything in life except inner peace. Life for Matthew was miserable, for he was lacking one thing. God was not part of his life. That is why when Jesus called Matthew, he right away stood up and left his post to follow Jesus. By stating that Jesus came not for those who are well and righteous, but for those who are sick and sinners, it tells us two important things. First, it tells us that we are all spiritually sick and sinful. Second, it tells us that if we cannot humbly admit to that, and in our pride claim that we are well and righteous, then we essentially reject Jesus, the divine physician. We essentially say, Lord, I do not need you. Now, question to ask, do you need our Lord? Do you need interior cleansing, healing, and forgiveness every day? If it is difficult for you to wholeheartedly say yes to that question, then perhaps you struggle with the pride of the Pharisees more than you know. No matter how holy you become, no matter how deeply you pray, and no matter how charitable you are, you will always need the healing and forgiveness of the divine physician every day in our life. Let us reflect today upon the need we have in our life for forgiveness. What sin do you struggle with the most? What's the sin that you struggle the most with? If you struggle with this at all, spend time examining your conscience. Look for ways to do it more thoroughly and honestly. If you do, you can be certain that our Lord, the divine physician, will deeply desire to dine with you today and always. When Jesus went on to say in the gospel, what I want is mercy and not sacrifice, he was declaring that he wants his own merciful way of behaving to find expression in the lives of his followers. We too are called to transform others by our own goodness. We are all to be agents of the Lord's transforming love and mercy.